Welcome to Chef's Take. I'm your host, Michael Zavlaris. Today, I'm going to be giving away our picks for the divisional round and our recap of Wildcard Weekend. So, we had the Bengals, Bills, Buccaneers, 49ers, Chiefs, and Rams winning their respectable games. And honestly, safe to say, it was a pretty predictable weekend. Me, Matt, Vicente, Sal, and Anthony went 6-0. Madden went 5-1. So, no surprise here. Let's talk about the Eagles because we always start with the Eagles. So we do get manhandled by the Bucks before we scored 15 points in the fourth quarter, or Mickey Mouse points if you're Vicente. Just simply wasn't a good game. I mean, no one expected us to win the game. It was a rookie head coach and practically a rookie quarterback going against the greatest quarterback of all time and the reigning Super Bowl champions. So I thought we were going to at least put up a fight, but we didn't. Our defense was soft. Our offense ran the same old plays, and we kept shooting ourselves in the foot. So there's that. Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni also came out in the press conference and said that Jalen Hurts will be the starting quarterback in 2022. So there's that. And there are fans saying stuff like, don't believe him, I don't believe him, because they said the same thing about Carson Wentz. Howie said, it's like looking at your hands without any fingers or something like that. In other words, he's saying it's hard to not see Carson Wentz being the starting quarterback next year. Meaning, this season that just happened. But we all know what happened. Carson Wentz got traded away. But to be fair, Carson Wentz did request a trade. So Jalen Hurts is not going to be requesting a trade. At least I don't think he is. I doubt it. But Jalen Hurts will be the starting quarterback of 2022. I think he's earned it. Hopefully he improves. He's done pretty good this season, but, as a passer, he could be a lot better. 16 touchdowns, 9 picks, 3,300 yards passing. And he led the quarterbacks in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns, and mainly because Lamar was hurt. But he still did great. I shouldn't say great, but he did pretty good given what was given to him. This season, I'd say, was a success. We're supposed to be in a rebuilding year, and we still made the playoffs. And we have 3 first-round picks in this draft class. So that's something to look for. Overall, this season was an A. No, a lot of people thought we were gonna go 4-13. If you guys watched the first stream of the season, I had us going 10-7. We were close, but oh well. But I still had us making the playoffs, so that's a good thing. Now to focus on what we need this offseason. We need a good receiver to complement Devontae Smith, because Nick Sirianni said it perfectly. Jalen Reagor and Quez Watkins are wide receiver 3s. We don't have a really good wide receiver 2. So some receivers that are going to be free agents this year are Chris Godwin, who has a torn ACL, unfortunately. Chris Godwin, Michael Gallup, Allen Robinson, Devontae Adams, and Mike Williams. Now, I would love to have Devontae Adams, but I'll tell you right now, we're not going to get him. I think the perfect receivers for us would be Allen Robinson or Mike Williams, because they're big guys and they're 50-50 ball. So, and that's what we need. We don't have that. We just have a route runner and speed. That's it. And then we have Jalen Reagor, who's just muffing punts and shit. Oh well. And we could also trade for Calvin Ridley, who there's reports going around saying that the Falcons are probably going to trade him away, so that'd be nice. Jonathan Gannon will be he's been getting head coaching interviews, and right now the Texans like him a lot. So go ahead, you can take him. Now, you look at his defensive stats this season, they weren't bad, but that's because we played shitty teams. When we went against the Super Bowl champions, we sucked. So you can take him, Houston, and we can have Vic Fangio. He'd be lovely. So we need what we need is a good receiver, a defensive coordinator, and I think we should use the draft to improve on defense. We need a corner, a safety, and especially linebackers. Nakobe Dean from Georgia would be my favorite pick of the draft if we're able to get him. Um, I don't know many defensive players in the draft except for like Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Stingley, who I really wanted, but we don't have the picks for him, and Kyle Hamilton, who would have been lovely. Hey, nothing you can do. But that's what I think we should do this off season, and I think the future is bright for us. And I saw our schedule for this season. It actually doesn't look bad at all. We have our divisional games, of course, and then let me pull it up here. I know we played at the top of my head. I know we play the Packers. Yeah, here it is. 2022 opponents at home. We have our divisional rivals: Dallas, Giants, Washington. Then we have the Packers, Jaguars, Vikings, Saints, Steelers, and Titans. Then away we have our divisional games. And then we have the Cardinals, Bears, Texans, Lions, and Colts, which is what every Eagle fan is looking for, a good old Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts bout. But, hey, their GM, Chris Ballard, isn't skeptical on Carson Wentz being the quarterback. Like, he hasn't committed to him after a horrible performance against the Jaguars to take his team to the playoffs. So, like, Carson didn't even do bad this season. He had a 27-7 TD-INT ratio, so it's not bad, but he did have a pretty awful game. If I look at this record, I see us winning at least 9 games, but we're the Eagles, so we're going to probably lose some easy games like the Bears or Texans. The Packers, we have no idea if Rodgers is coming back. I think he is. The Jaguars are the Jaguars. Steelers won't have Big Ben, so give that win to us. Yeah, I see us going like 10-7 again. Honestly, this is a pretty easy schedule actually. So there's that. Now, on to back to the playoffs. So, I'm surprised Dallas was favored to win. They were favored by 3.5, and like I said, we all had the Niners. So all these games came to be no surprise. Chiefs blew out the Steelers after a slow start, and yeah, the Bills had a perfect game. Every single drive ended in a touchdown. So there's that. I was really leaning towards the Patriots this game because Josh Allen, I looked at his stats, he actually sucked in cold weather, and he threw 4 incompletions and 5 touchdown passes. So he proved a lot of people wrong, including not everybody, but he proved me wrong. But then again, I picked the Bills, so it doesn't count. So now we're on to our divisional games. We have Tennessee and the Bengals in Tennessee. Tennessee is favored by 3.5, and the over and under is 47.5, as you can see on the ticker down below. Everybody except Anthony is going with Tennessee. StatMuse is a great website. That's what I use to get my insights and stats on. The Bengals are 4-7. If I can pull that up again, I don't know, but they have a losing record when the opposing team has over 75 rushing yards, and they just got Derrick Henry back. And since the Bengals are, a pass-heavy team because they have Jamar, Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins, I figured I'd look up what is the Tennessee Titans record against opposing teams having over 300 passing yards. and they're 5-1. So tail of the tape. We're all picking Tennessee except for Anthony. Next, we have San Francisco at Green Bay. Now, Rodgers hasn't beaten San Francisco the last 3 times they're in the playoffs, but that's going to change. It's supposed to, the highest it's supposed to be that game is 1 degree Fahrenheit. So, and they just got a bunch of people back like Zadarius Smith, David Bakhtiari, Jair Alexander's playing. Nick Bosa's playing as well. But given that the temperature is going to be so low and it's in Green Bay, it's a completely different team and they're completely healthy. Everybody has Green Bay in this game. Now, Green Bay was favored by 5.5, and the over/under is 47.5. So there's that. In case you want to know, I don't know. I mean, it's down there, like I said. Next, we have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks. Tampa Bay's favored by 3, and the over and under is 48.5 points. Hey, it's Tom Brady in the playoffs. You should never bet against Tom Brady, but the boys and I, we're all going with the Rams here, and Matt is going with Tampa Bay. What's it called? So, the Rams did beat the Bucks earlier in the season in SoFi Stadium, and now they're completely. I shouldn't say completely healthy, but I don't think they're gonna have Andrew Whitworth, and the Bucks. I don't know how Tristan Wirfs is gonna be. I don't know if he's out or not, but he has an ankle problem, and there's Von Miller and Aaron Donald on the other side of the ball. So give me the Rams. I don't know how this Buccaneers team is going to be able to contain Cam Akers, Odell Beckham, who had a very great career game, playoff game, Cooper Kupp, and Van Jefferson. I don't know how they're going to do it. So the boys and I are taking the Rams here. The next we have Buffalo at Kansas City, which is easily going to be a game of the week. Buffalo beat Kansas City earlier in the year. It's going to be a great game. Both teams blew out their respective opponents last week. The boys and I, me, Matt, Vicente, and Sal are picking Buffalo, and Anthony is picking the Chiefs, and Matt is picking Buffalo. And the Chiefs are favored by 1.5, and the over and under is 53.5. So those are our picks for the divisional round. Should be a good one. Good luck, and see you next week.